Hey, this is Kelly with adifferentpretty, and this is my favorites video. I have like our whole schedule blown out of water. I like totally screwed it all up, and I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get my things together and do the videos I haven't done, and yeah, I don't know where I got screwed up at. So anyways, this is my favorites video. Now my favorites videos, or my favorites, are things that aren't worth any money. It's things that they just mean a lot to me because, I don't know, they're just things that I absolutely love, 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 love. And one of them is like gonna probably make me cry, so I'm gonna warn you, because I'm a big crybaby. I'm like the meanest bitch you'll ever know, but my heart is like extremely tender, and when it comes to things, it's like, ooh, it makes me cry. So we'll do the stuff that's not going to make me cry first. That way if I start crying, I'm like, okay, bye. So the first thing is, I've never really been an avid reader. So I always have to find things that I really enjoy reading. And I've never been a bookworm like the other girls, like Nikki and Pam. And never really have read so much till probably like the last 4 years, when like the Twilight series came out. And before that I read like all the Lori Ingalls series, I mean, which is really huge. It's really like about 19 books altogether, because I just love the pioneer days. I love the Depression era. Those are my favorite things. So I read like the weirdest stuff. Like I read Depression era or pioneer cookbooks because I want to see what they're cooking and how they preserve foods, and those things I get like, I'm like so like, I think it's so cool, like how they lived without refrigeration and things like that. So, but the first thing I'm going to show you is I don't know if I can say her name right. It's Katie McAllister. I don't know how you say that. And they're Dragon series, and there's Vampire series. And I'm doing the Dragon series now, and I super, super love them. They just crack me up. This is and I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It's Aisling Gray. She's a guardian, and it's like, I just really like them because they're really funny. And, I really super hate, like, the sex scenes, though. I, like, totally skip them because, I mean, my theory is, why do I need to talk about sex or read about sex when I could have sex? So, that's just my theory. So, I hate, like, reading about sex. I'm like, come on, please. So, yeah, that's my theory. But I've been reading all that. My girlfriend has all the books. I don't ever spend money on books. I would rather get books at the library. I borrow them from my friend. The only books I love and I bought were some on, like, a mental disorder that I was reading about. And Lori Ingalls series, of course. If I find them, I pick them up. Twilight, because I absolutely love Twilight. And trying to think what else. Just different one. Nothing really big though, but usually I borrow them or get them at garage sales, whatever. So anyways, it's not like I have this big library or anything. And my next favorite thing, let's see, we'll do this one. Okay, this is a music box. And my mom bought me this. Listen to the music. I love this song. And my mom bought me this when I was a tiny baby, and I have a picture with my grandma holding it in her hand. And I always thought my grandma got it, but my grandma didn't get it. My mom bought it. And so she let me have that as I got older, and I just love it. You know, it's like, this would be like something like, you know, I would run back into the fire to get, you know, besides my children and my cats, which, you know, of course we love those. But, yeah, so I love my grandma. I'm very partial to my grandma, and she's already passed away, so. But this is, like, the silliest little thing. This is a sewing box, and it is just about ready to fall apart. It's, like, falling apart. And this, my grandma had when I was a little girl. She had it, I don't know, just sitting aside, and it was her sewing box. And, I wanted that stupid thing. I don't know why I wanted it, but it just holds near and dear to my heart. It's like falling apart, and I still will never get rid of it. And I wanted it because I love sewing, and I love sewing with, you know, by hand, and I wanted a box. So finally I was able to convince her by the time I was 10 that I could have the sewing box, and she gave it to me. So I've had it for 30 years now. So she would be very proud of me. But she would probably say I didn't take very good care of it because it's kind of coming apart a little bit. And at that point, it was super old then, so it's like ancient now. So anyways, but I've had it for a long time. Another thing that's new that I absolutely, my favorite, and I cannot live without, is Goody Stay Put hairbands, because my hair is so long. But what I like about them, excuse me, my eyes itching, is that they're just freaking awesome. They don't like slide down my hair, because my hair is like slick and shiny. It's just slick, and any other hair tie, it would just, they'd eventually just fall out. These, seriously, if I like put my hair in like a braided bun, like if I have it like this and then braid it and then whip it around in a bun and then put this over the top of it, seriously, I could keep it in there for the entire week. It will stay. Sleeping, everything I do. And they are freaking awesome. Whenever I buy these, I buy 2 at a time, because sometimes I can't find them. So I buy at least 2 packages. They're not that expensive. You get 10 of them for like $3.27 at Walmart. So can't beat that. And my next favorite thing, and this is also really super old, is my first Barbie. This is the very first Barbie I got when I was 10. I don't know why my mom didn't buy me Barbies before that, but she is like so falling apart. She has no elasticity left in her, but I think she still kind of works a little bit. See, she was able like to brush her own hair, and I just fell in love with her. I've had to like glue her in spots so she holds together. But the funniest part is this. This has our beauty supplies in it. And I actually still have some of the beauty supplies. Mind you, this doll my birthday is March the 28th, and she will be 30 years old. I'm going to be 40. Can you believe it? I still have her accessories, and I still have her. I have a massive, huge Barbie collection. I have a Barbie tattoo. Yeah, Barbie. I absolutely love Barbie. Barbie is my favorite in the whole wide world. So, anyways, but next to the tear jerker, because I'm probably going to cry. Because I cry every time I look at this stupid. I'm going to start crying just thinking about it. So, anyways, okay, my dad found this when my grandma passed away. How funny. I'm just reading stuff on the back. It's cute. My grandma passed away, and my grandpa was like, come and get things that were my grandma's that, you know, because he's just going to throw it on the trash. So this is a letter that my dad sent to my grandma, and I will read it, and I'm going to cry. I already know I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. Just warn you now. Don't laugh at me. It says, Dear Mom and Dad and all. And this is March the 28th, 1971. Well, it finally made it here. Sandy, my grandma was called my mom Sandy, and her name's Sandra. I don't know where they get Sandy. Sandy and I are both very happy with what we got. We wanted a boy too much. You shouldn't count your chickens before they hatch anyway. You just won't believe how cute she is. Everybody just has a fit over her. She is just a little doll. I bet that you can't wait to get down here. Sandy says that she looks a lot like me. But I think she looks a lot like Julie did when she was little. And Julie's my dad's sister. I just can't wait to get her home. I got pictures of just as she came out of the delivery room, only a half an hour old, with the Polaroid. My grandpa used to probably let my parents borrow the Polaroids. They could take pictures. And we're going to send you the second picture ever took of her with this letter. Later, we're going to send you out some of the ones that with the little camera. It was like one of those 110s. It sure was nice having that camera at a time like this. Like you said, she might have an easy time and surprise everybody, and she sure did. She only had about 2.5 hours of labor. I think that she was just about ready anyway when the doc put her in the labor. The doctor couldn't believe that it happened so soon. I sure was glad about that. It isn't so easy on his father, you know. Well, at least this letter, I have had a lot to talk about. I'm sure it sure is a pretty good feeling to know that you are the father of the prettiest little girl around. They have, they, oh, they say that anybody can make a boy, but you have to do something special to get a cute little girl. Well, I can't wait to see you. Have a good trip down here. Be careful. I want you all to be here. Love, Mike, and all. And that's so sweet. My dad wrote that about me. You know, so it just always touches my heart. Because growing up as a child, my mom and dad were extremely unloving and uncaring. So it's like so emotional for me to read something that, you know, that he could, sorry, I didn't pop my neck, that he could talk so nice about me when all my childhood I felt like they hated me. So it was just so emotional for me to read something that is so sweet and touching, and that it makes my dad sound like a normal father, a new normal father, because I was his firstborn. And so it's like so weird, and that's why it's so touching to me, and why that's something that I consider my favorites, because, you know, that was the only time, you know, when I read it, I was just blown away. I was like, my dad thought that about me at one time in my life, you know. I could not phantom the thought of it, you know. And when you grow up and you've never been told that you were loved, you never heard I love you before you went to bed, you never heard love ya, or I love you so much, or you're the prettiest, or you're the greatest, or you never heard that. So, you know, that's why it's so important to me with my Fat Girls Rule channel that, you know, that we always tell each other we're beautiful. I'm like, oh, I love your hair, I love your outfit, I think you're beautiful, you know, and always give positive words that make people feel good about themselves, because I know how devastating it was as a child to not hear those things. You know, I just didn't know any better and didn't even think about it. And then when I read that letter, I got that letter a few years back. My dad gave it to me, and he said he thought I would like it, you know. And then when I read it, I don't even think I read it at the time. I just probably read it later, and I just started crying, because I was just like, gee, my dad felt like a normal dad, talked like a normal proud father of a new baby about me. Then it was like, wow. It was just, I was not used to that. So that's why it's so, you know, every time I read it, I tear up and cry, because it's just so weird to fathom the thought that my dad thought that. So that's why it's on my favorites. I mean, that's like something that my children will have this when they get older, and it will be passed down, because that's how important it is to me. So, and anything from my grandma. My grandma was a, you know, awesome, amazing woman, and we lost her at an early age, like 75. So it's just important for me to keep, like, her sewing box and the things that she gave me, because my favorites aren't worth anything. My Barbie's not worth nothing. She's trash, basically. None of these things are worth more than $5. You know, even with the little box, you know, which is, you know, going to be 40 years old and is, like, new. They're not worth anything. But to me, I would go back in the fire to get these things. So, to me, they are my favorites, and they mean a lot. Well, except for the books. The books I don't care about. But, you know, or the hairbands. But I mean, the letter, my Barbie, you know, these things are very important to me. They have no value, and yet they touch my heart and make me feel good about myself. So, anyways, I didn't mean my favorites to be a crybaby fest, but I am a big crybaby. I can't help it. And because these things just really mean a lot to me. So, anyways, I'm sorry that I've gotten so off track, but, you know, that's how I am with my channel, is I always tell everything how I feel. and why I do the things that I do. So then you understand from your point of view, oh, this is why she started crying, or this is why she loves this thing so much, even though anybody else that saw it would throw it in the trash. So, anyways, I love you guys and appreciate you putting up with me screwing up the schedule all the time. I know I probably drive the girls crazy, but I have like the busiest life, and it's like I only have like a few minutes, and then I gotta go do this, and I gotta go do that, and I just have so much stuff to do. It's like, it sucks working 7 days a week. So anyways, but thank you very much from Kelly and adifferentpretty, and we so love your guys' support, and you are awesome and amazing. Love you. Bye.